After driving around with the new Forager XL in the back of this big old forklift, we actually did manage to pick up some metal. So it looks like just, to me, nails and staples and that sort of thing. A little bit of slag because this is a welding shop. But this is a good opportunity to show you how to clean the thing off. So it comes with this beautiful orange flag, which is supposed to catch any debris you pick up so you don't have to handle it. You can kind of just whoop, throw it in the dumpster. We'll see how that works. But that's gonna go right under here. So this has our new aluminum clean-off sleeve. The design's basically the same as with the Nix and Erebus. And so it's got two steel, what would you call them, latches basically, that sit on either side of the sleeve, preventing it from going back and forth. And to clean the magnet off, you gotta make sure you remove those. So you got the one on this side, just pops right off. And they're nice and powder coated, so you can throw them on the ground and they shouldn't scratch. And then there's another one on this side. So this one, oh, they both have hooks, but they have hooks here that retain this stainless steel handle, and the handle is just there so you don't have to bend over the whole time you're cleaning off. Like I'm bending over now, but when I pull the handle out, you can kind of stand up and walk away. So this is the aluminum sleeve, and we previously had problems with the plastic ones crushing in when they collected a lot of metal. So this being a much more powerful magnet than our normal 4.5 by 4.5, where that was a problem, we decided this one's got to have the aluminum sleeve on it. So the aluminum just prevents the debris on the outside crushing the sleeve in towards the magnet, which creates friction and makes it hard to pull off. So, you know, aluminum on aluminum would cause some friction, but this one has ABS on the corners, just as bushings, so it slides off nice. So I'll pop the stainless steel handle out, and then it allows you to stand up, and then you just pull the sleeve, and you can see the big ridges on the sleeve itself pull the debris evenly with the magnet. So once that's off, you can just pop it out. And there's two ways to do this. We've generally found that leaving the sleeve on this far and then just taking the debris off by hand is usually the easiest, because a lot of the time it'll just flip back around to the magnet. Or you can just pull it all the way off and it should drop on the flag. Which some of it did, but then it immediately got picked back up by the magnet. So there's our debris collected. I'll just put that over there so it doesn't stick back on the magnet. And that lets me get in a little bit closer with the sleeve. So like I said, this is all aluminum. On the sides, it's 3/16. On the bottom, it's 1/8 inch. And these are ABS rails on the inside that just glide on the actual magnet housing, prevent friction. And here's the ridges. So these ridges prevent all of the debris from accumulating on one side and makes it slide off more evenly, just so you get less popping back around when you got a big collection on there. So that is only from to maybe 10 minutes of sweeping. But if you're doing this on like a whole shift, you'd probably get a lot more over a larger area, because generally your forklift is traveling wherever there's work being done, and wherever there's work being done, usually there's metal debris being created. So over a shift, it's gonna probably accumulate a lot more, and then the ridges will help you pull them off evenly without having it all pop over. So once you got everything cleaned off, just assemble it in reverse order. So just slide her back on and get your latches back on. These can be a little tricky just because they're steel, so it actually magnetizes to the magnet as you're doing it. So you want to just kind of line them up, pop them on, and they retain themselves on there. And this stainless steel handle does come out sometimes if you reach too far up with it, but it just pops back in. It's pretty simple. Slide that bad boy back on there. And then the key when you're assembling this side is this steel latch has to go behind the handle assembly. And there's little hooks in there to make it hold the handle assembly in place as well. So that's it all back together. That's the clean off cycle of the Forager XL. Pretty straightforward. Like I said, the aluminum sleeve has a lot of advantages over the plastic one, because the plastic one, you know, it can obviously break a lot easier. If you ding this one off the ground a couple times, it should be okay, even on the back of a giant forklift like this. It's really sturdy aluminum, so it shouldn't be a problem. And also the plastic ones tend to crush against the magnet itself. It's just the pressure of the collected metal debris trying to pull itself towards the magnet, squeezes this plastic sleeve against the magnet, creates friction. That doesn't happen with the aluminum because it's not strong enough to bend that aluminum. The pressure of the collected debris pulling against the magnet isn't strong enough to bend that aluminum. And it just looks a lot nicer. So on this beautiful windy February day in Ontario, here's the new Forager XL. Get it where any Forager XLs are available.